So the question is, what does a fresh graduate, what do they have to do to break into product? And if we search Medium, if we search the internet, this is apparently a very big or difficult task. And I agree, it is not straightforward. My 2 cents on this is that if you're from a technical background, really start out with something like QA, or just focus on becoming part of the development team first. So if you're a technical graduate, your path to getting into the development team of whatever product is being worked on is a little bit simpler, because you could be a coder, or even if you don't want to be that, you can be a technical writer, you can work in quality assurance, be a tester, you could even design and make your way through into the development team and do something that contributes to the development of the product. Now, the reason why it's hard to immediately start in a product role is because it has a lot of decision making. This decision making comes or is easier when you have a bit of experience with the team, with the organization, in your professional career even, right? Because decision making usually happens when the stakes are high, when you have a lot of pressure, and these things are generally done once you have a bit more experience under your belt. So breaking into product is difficult if you're directly trying to land in it, but if you're willing to take, as people often say, the third door, which is basically contributing something to the development team, either being a good listener in meetings, taking notes, or being a tester, understanding the product better than anyone else. And these are actually like people we have worked with. Even people part of our product team right now have found their place here through different ways. Some people were QAs, some people were management trainees in different teams, HR even, or operations, and they were just really good listeners. They've added value to conversations. They were able to take note of what's happening around them, add value. Let's say you have domain expertise. So domain expertise meaning you have understanding about a problem a lot better than anyone on the tech or current product team does. You are then able to bridge your knowledge, your domain expertise, with the expertise of the development team, which is trying to ship a product which is useful for these people you are actually interacting with, and combine it to ship something great. So again, to summarize, there are 3 or 4 things that come to mind when it comes to breaking into product, irrespective of whether you're from a technical background or from a business or non-technical background. It's the basic principle is the same. Be useful. Be useful in different ways. You could understand a problem by having very good domain knowledge, better than anyone else on the team. You could just show up to meetings and take notes, make following up easier, the next steps, follow-up emails, all of those things. You could start in cursory roles. So, and cursory not to demean any role. I think those are supremely useful roles, but you could actually start with QA, quality assurance, or technical writing role, or even as a coder. Coding is by far the most straightforward path to getting into more of a technical product management role. To be honest with you, we've seen all of them. We've seen QAs move into product. We've seen developers move into product. We've seen operations people who have no technical background, but have great communication skills, persuasive people who are understanding of the problem they're solving, move into product. And product is basically at the intersection, right? So you could be specialized in either communication skills or technical knowledge if you're working on a very technical product, or you could have great design skills. And if I'm talking about my own journey, I started as a designer and then I did front-end coding. The design aspect helped me understand what users actually might enjoy using, and the technical aspect helped me understand what is possible to bring to reality. So this intersection of what users want and what's actually possible, having seen both of them but not really specializing in any of them, really paved the way for me to understand what users want a bit better. And this is just to illustrate the point that there are many people who find different ways into this product management role, and it's always very subjective. So depending on where you are, it really matters what you're trying to do, which is adding value to the development team and adding value to the overall organization as to what they're trying to achieve, more than any specific roadmap per se. Another way you could add value to the team is, for example, data is a big thing. if you're able to, let's say, crunch data for the team and tell them or give them insights that they would have otherwise missed, then that's a clear value add. And if you can do that consistently, and if you express your desire that, hey, this is what I want to do, I want to work in tech, I want to work more in shaping a product end to end, then at some point this will happen and you will work more closely with the development team. So there's more than one direct way to get into product, and I do think it's a rewarding experience to work on a technical product end to end, which is why a lot of people should consider working in product. And like I said, there's a lot of ways to get into it. You could be a designer, you could be someone who works exclusively with data, you could have domain expertise, a certain field that you understand a lot better than anyone else on the current team. Or you could even be a technical writer, a QA who is working with the developers, understanding the nitty-gritty of the product and then being able to contribute in your unique way. So as you guessed by now, there are a lot of ways to break into product.